Hello students, good morning. Let us start our class. Today I am going to discuss the relation between deduction and induction. In your HS first year, you have learned deduction or deductive logic, and this year you are learning induction or inductive logic. So, let us see what is the relation between deduction and induction. Logicians have classified inferences broadly into two classes: deduction or deductive inference and induction or inductive inference. Now, let us find out the points of difference between deduction and induction. So, look at these examples. In case of deduction, the example is say, all men are mortal, Ram is man, therefore, definitely Ram is mortal. And another is induction, that is A is mortal, B is mortal, C is mortal, therefore, all men are mortal. So, this deduction and induction, it seems different from each other. So, let us start. First point is, in deduction the premises are assumed to be true, while in induction the premises are derived from experience. What does it mean? Look at the example. In case of deduction, the premises are, say, all men are mortal, one of the premise. Now, how do you know all men are mortal? That means whether all men are really mortal or not, it is not possible to verify whether the proposition all men are mortal is materially true or not. That means whether it agrees with facts of experience or not, we do not know. Then what we are doing here when we are saying that all men are mortal? In deduction or deduction takes for granted that its universal premises are true. That means the proposition all men are mortal, in case of deduction we are taking it for granted without knowing whether it is materially true or not, without verifying, without proving. We simply take it for granted in case of deduction that all men are mortal. So, deduction takes for granted that its universal premises are true. It means in case of deduction, truth or falsity of the premises is never considered. Whether all men are mortal, this proposition is true or false, in fact, in deduction deals not with that. Deduction takes for granted that its universal premises are true. Truth or falsity of a premises means whether or a propositions become materially true if it agrees with facts of experience. As deduction takes for granted that its universal premises are true without any challenges or proof, so in case of deduction, truth or falsity of the premises is never considered, and truth or falsity of a premises means whether a premise is materially true or not, and a proposition becomes materially true if it agrees with facts of experience and false if it does not agree with facts of experience. So, in deduction, we do not deal with such material truth. Rather, in deduction, we are to see only whether the conclusion necessarily follows from the premises or not. I repeat, in deduction, we are to see whether the conclusion necessarily follows from the premises or not. That means, say for example, look at that example of deduction. All men are mortal. Ram is a man, and if these two premises are true, that all men are mortal and Ram is man, therefore, the conclusion Ram is mortal is definitely true, because in deduction we are to see whether the conclusion necessarily follows from the premises or not. Here, if all men are mortal and Ram is man, therefore, conclusion, that is Ram is mortal, is definitely true. That means, it is to be seen in case of deduction whether the conclusion has been deduced in accordance with the rules of that specific kind of induction, inference. In case of induction, we are to see whether the conclusion has been deduced in accordance with the rules of the specific kind of inference. You are to maintain the rules only, nothing else. For example, if I say all men are immortal, all kings are men, therefore, all kings are immortal. I repeat, if I say all men are immortal, all kings are men, and therefore, all kings are immortal, in that particular kind of deductive inferences or syllogism, the premise, that is all men are immortal, all kings are men, therefore all kings are immortal, these are formally true, because the very form is true, correct, valid, but materially it is false, because all men are immortal, it is a wrong one. All kings are immortal, again wrong. So, deduction, or in deduction the premises are assumed to be true. So, all men are immortal, we are taking it for granted, but on the other hand, in case of induction, that cannot be done. Here we are to verify the material truth of the premises. So, if I say all men are immortal, all kings are men, and all kings are immortal, these are materially false. In case of induction, we cannot say all men are immortal. Actually, what happens in case of induction is that even when the premises are true, the conclusion does not become certain, it becomes only probable. In case of deduction, if premises are true, conclusion must be true, but in case of induction, it may so happens that even when the premises are true, the conclusion does not become true, certain, it becomes only probable. Why? Because in case of induction, the conclusion go beyond the premises, it surpasses the premises, but which is not possible in case of deduction, because in case of deduction, conclusion necessarily follows from the premises, but in case of induction, the conclusion go beyond the premises, and that is why an inductive inference becomes invalid and may be never valid. If the premises are true, conclusion may be true, may be false. So, this is the first point. Secondly, deduction aims merely at formal truth, whereas induction aims at both formal and material truth. I repeat, deduction aims merely at formal truth, while induction aims at formal as well as material truth. What does it mean? It means in deduction there is a necessary relation between the premises and the conclusion. That means, look at the example. If all men are mortal and Ram is a man, then Ram must be mortal, because there is a necessary relation between the premises all men are mortal, Ram is a man, and the conclusion, Ram is mortal. So, in case of deduction, the only question is whether the conclusion follows necessarily from the premises. Conclusion must follow the premises. So, in deduction, if the premises are true, the conclusion cannot be false, it must be true. As conclusion necessarily follows the premises, so if the premises are true, the conclusion must be true. So, if it is the case that all men are mortal, if it is the case that Ram is man, therefore, the conclusion must be true that Ram is mortal. It must be true. In deduction, why it is so? In deduction, actually what happens? There remains a relation of entailment between the premises and the conclusion. That means, in case of deduction, the very conclusion remain implicit in the premises. It is very much present there in the premises, and that is why the conclusion is proved by the premises, because conclusion is already there in the premises. So, if the premises are true, the conclusion must be true. This is the form, and in case of deduction, this form has to be followed. But in case of induction, that much is not sufficient, because there is the further question that whether the conclusion is true as a matter of fact, as induction deals with both formal and material truth. In case of induction, the conclusion does not necessarily follow from the premises, but in case of deduction, the thing is total opposite. So, in case of induction, the relation between premises and conclusion is not necessary, but only accidental. In case of deduction, the relation between premises and conclusion are necessary, but in case of induction, it is not necessary, but only accidental. This is why the conclusion of an inductive inference is probable only. It is not proved to be conclusive, it is not proved to be final. So, it may so happen that in case of inductive inference, that its conclusion is false while its premises being true, which is not possible in case of deduction. But in case of induction, it may so happen that premises are true, but conclusion is false. Say for example, Ram is selfish, Shyam is selfish, Jadu is selfish, Madhu is selfish. So, conclusion is therefore all men are selfish, but the conclusion is wrong. It may so happen Ram is selfish, Shyam is selfish, but it is not the case, it is false to conclude that all men are selfish. So, it is possible in case of inductive inference that its conclusion is false whilst its premises being true. So, in case of induction, we are to observe both the formal truth as well as material truth. Thirdly, third point, in deduction, the conclusion cannot be more general than the premises. The conclusion cannot be more general than the premises, while in induction the conclusion is always more general than the premises. In case of deduction, it is such that the conclusion cannot be more general than the premises. It may be as general or less general, but cannot be more general than the premises. Now, the question is why it is so that the conclusion cannot be more general than the premises, or why it is so that you cannot extend the conclusion beyond the premises? Answer is, there exists a relation of entailment between the premises and the conclusion. I repeat, in case of deduction, there exists a relation of entailment between the premises and the conclusion. That means which is not implicit, means which is not already there in the premises, you cannot say anything about it. So, in deduction, it is through premises that you can establish or prove the conclusion, because the conclusion is already very much present in the premises. There exists a relation of entailment between the premises and the conclusion. So, for example, if we assume that all men are mortal and Ram is man, therefore, we must admit in case of deduction that Ram is mortal. So, conclusion cannot be more general than the premises. But in induction, what happens? The conclusion is always more general than the premises. Totally a reverse thing. Here, in case of induction, the conclusion extends beyond the premises. Means just the reverse of deduction, where the conclusion never extends beyond the premises. That is why it is not possible to establish or prove the conclusion of an induction by the premises, which you can do in case of deduction. And therefore, the conclusion of induction becomes probable and not certain. So, in induction, it may be the case that the premises are true, but the conclusion is false. Again, for example, Ram is selfish, Sam is selfish, Jadu is selfish, therefore, all men are selfish. Here, from particular, you are passing to general. So, the conclusion is always more general than the premises in case of induction, but here the conclusion is false. Ram, Sham, Jadu, Madhu may be selfish, but all men are selfish, which we are getting from the premises is false. It is not true. So, these are the 3 points of difference between deduction and induction. Now, as to the relation between induction and deduction, there is a twofold controversy. Twofold controversies are there as to the relation between induction and deduction. What are they? Firstly, is any one of them more fundamental than other? And secondly, is any one of them prior to the other? So, these are the two controversies as to the relation between induction and deduction. Now, with regard to the first question, that is whether induction or deduction is more fundamental, that means between these two, which one is more fundamental? Here, two extreme views have been held. In order to answer the question between deduction and induction, which one is more fundamental, two extreme views have been held by formal logicians and material logicians. To answer the question, formal logicians and material logicians have expressed their views in different manner. In my next class, I will go through this, and for today let me stop here. Thank you.